Victory is reserved for those who are willing to pay its price in the embers of striving to be the best, where dreams and dedication are put to a test. To give up comfort in pursuit of victory, in the crucible of pain, where greatness emerges. In the unyielding pursuit of greatness, where the echoes of ambitions reverberate through the corridor of the soul, lies the essence of sacrifice. A willingness to partake in the age-old dance of giving something up in order to gain. Terrence "Bud" Crawford is considered by many the #1 pound-for-pound boxer in the sport today. A 3-division world champion, capturing titles in the lightweight division, then conquering the junior welterweight division by becoming the undisputed champion. If that weren't enough, Crawford would then move up north to welterweight and become the first boxer to be undisputed in 2 weight classes in a 4-belt era. Though some critique his resume, it's hard to dispute his accomplishments, especially after he dismantled the boogeyman of the welterweight division by stoppage. No one gets to this point without obtaining the DNA of what champions are built of: heart, strength, intelligence, grit, but most importantly, the dog within, the will to win. While many champions fight one style their entire career, Bud is like a chameleon. His style adapts to each opponent accordingly. A fighter capable of fighting in any era of boxing. He is the complete boxer.
A sweeping left hand from Crawford and a beautiful timed right hook. Call it a check hook.
Being called a complete boxer is a high praise in the world of boxing, indicating that a fighter possesses a well-rounded skill set, versatility, and mastery across various aspects of the sport. Today's champions are either boxers or brawlers. Bud is a hybrid of both, showcasing throughout his career that he is a crossbreed of all the boxing style archetypes. To break down what makes Bud a complete boxer, we must first start with his technical proficiencies. Bud demonstrates a mastery of fundamental boxing techniques, including proper footwork, defensive skills, punching mechanics, and ring generalship.
Surprised that his eyes opened up this early.
It's very noticeable when you're with him.
Bud is a strategic and technically schooled boxer. He excels at maintaining distance, keeping his opponents at the end of his punches, compliments of his lead hand and sharp jab. The foundation of a boxer relies heavily on a sharp and effective jab. The jab is key in establishing distance. It is essential for ring control, serving as a tool to keep his opponents at bay and as a means to initiate combinations.
In the conventional stance.
They're just not stable. He's not under his legs. You know, he's not stable.
Bud's footwork is not that of a track star. He is not running away from the action, looking to only pot shot and move. Instead, it's subtle steps, pulling in and out just enough to get in and out of range, wasting no movements, but instead moving around, pivoting angles to create openings to set up his shots. Proper footwork controls the distance, dictating the tempo of the fight. A boxer can't be well-rounded unless they are defensively sound. Bud has all the tools needed to survive in the ring. It's inevitable not to get hit in boxing, but the key is minimizing big shots. The 3 layers to a complex defensive system is first, the feet for range and distance. Second, a strong guard for blocking. And third, hips and head for upper body mobility. The 3 layers integrated properly allows for evasion of punches and dominant positioning. The attribute that stands out most is Bud's ring generalship. Between the square circle, Bud is tactical, like a field general. He adapts to his opponents according to the flow of the fight, strategically aware of his opponents in the ring, taking the strongest attribute and dismantling it. His awareness of positioning and pacing is unlike any other, controlling the tempo, managing space effectively, while adjusting tactically as needed. Most fighters either fight going forward or backwards. Just like Bud's switch hitting abilities, he's able to do both. Fighting off your back foot refers to a strategic style that takes on a more defensive approach. Like the black pieces on a chessboard, you're playing in reaction to your opponent.
One of the biggest physically imposing welterweight champions ever, but Crawford can turn up.
Aggressive fighters find it arduous to fight off the back foot due to difficulty in setting the feet in order to develop power. That's why most punchers meet the kryptonite the second they face someone who is capable of pushing them back. Fighters who fight off the back foot tend to be master counterpunchers. Bud is disciplined in not forcing his punches while waiting for openings from his opponents. Counterpunchers are the disciplinarians of boxing, as they make the opponents pay for every mistake. Bud's masterful counterpunching abilities make opponents think twice, adding yet another layer of complexity to the control of the fight. Bud is careful not to be too passive or predictable. He remains assertive, capitalizing on openings and transitioning to offense when the opportunity presents itself. Bud is incredible when it comes to decision making, as he only has milliseconds to react correctly to his opponents, having a sharp eagle's eye, as he is capable of identifying the small openings at the opportune moment.
Distance, close distance, close range. And with another look at it right here. Terrence following him out.
Some jabs to the head and the body.
In a head-hunting sport, power reigns supreme as the ultimate value and currency. With every precise jab, thunderous hook, and devastating cross, Bud wields the transformative force that can shape the outcome of a bout in a heartbeat. The proof is in the pudding, as Bud boasts a record of 40 wins and 0 losses, with 31 KOs. Most fighters acquire the majority of the stoppages early on in their career while they're building their resume. Bud's last 9 fights were all stoppages at the championship level, including the last fight when he stopped a top 10 pound-for-pound fighter in Spence. Bud's power is beyond just getting respect in the ring. With venom in both hands, Bud is capable of turning the tides at any second. Like a sniper with his target between his crosshair, it only takes one headshot to end the night early.
Swinging, wild, crazy, that's what Crawford thinks.
Having technical boxing skills is one thing, but having technical boxing skills with finishing power means if you can outbox him, you better damn well pray you can outfight him as well. Oftentimes, punches just hammer away into one lanes. Not Bud. He is surgical in his approach, methodically setting up his power. A puncher like Bud won't throw every punch the same. He can butter you up with a few shots, but when the hammer finds its opening, you'll be toast.
In the fight, and Spence is hurt.
Coldwell, the cuts man, is going to work on it.
You know, I'm just wondering the way Ricky really gets stuck.
If there's one thing Bud has shown, it's that he doesn't shy away from a fight. When the going gets tough, he bites down on his gumshoe and is willing to go blow for blow until someone submits. Bud the Brawler is aggressive and relentless in his approach, firing artilleries from both hands, looking to mash his opponents to dust. Bud can turn a fight ugly within a moment's notice, engaging in trench warfare up close and personal. You would think it was baseball, the way Bud swings for the fences. It's an intimidation factor. He just has that dog in him, looking to devour his opponents alive, taking full advantage of his power and grit. It also helps that Bud's chin is built out of titanium, as he has never been officially dropped in a sanctioned fight. When Bud turns on the heat, someone's bound to get cooked.
Benavidez, like I said, is a great counterpuncher. He has a good right hand.
The ability to brawl is vital, and that he has the ability to turn the tides. When a fight is close, or when he thinks he's behind on the scorecards, a switch just turns on for Bud, as he becomes enraged with bloodless and a never say die attitude, like a lion on a hunt, coming straight at his opponent's necks. Bud has immense heart, grit, and determination, willing to take risks, absorb punishment, and march forward. When a fighter squares up against Bud, it's not only their technical skills being tested, but the heart as well.
Who came straight back at him and working the body here, Crawford. That's a really good.
The prowess of one hand can be matched, if not surpassed, by the skill of the other. Whatever Bud can do orthodox, he can do the same, if not better, Southpaw. Crawford is renowned for his exceptional ability to seamlessly switch hit, showcasing a rare talent that sets him apart from all the fighters. Whether in an orthodox stance or southpaw position, Crawford fluidly transitions between the two, confounding opponents with his versatile and unpredictable attack. Crawford's mastery of both stances allows him to adopt his strategy on the fly, making him dynamic as a dangerous fighter capable of controlling the pace, dictating the flow of the fight with finesse and precision.
A beautiful shot behind the ear. A knockout victory against Kaliaskis. He took exception to being hurt. He feels like he's the #1 fighter.
Terrence Bud Crawford emerges as one of, if not the best, fighter of this generation, whose name will align with the rest of the legends of boxing. Crawford transcends mere competition to embody the very essence of greatness. When all the dust is done settling, Crawford will no doubt find himself in the Hall of Fame. A true gladiator for the ages, whose legend will echo through the halls of boxing history for generations to come.
That punches you, Crawford, two different ways. Exactly what Crawford did.